Assalamu alaikum, Human Behaviour here with another Society Talks. I'm here with a topic today, understanding human behavior. Just normal, plain human behavior. How do people behave? Why do people behave in a manner they behave? So this is, somebody asked me this question, and she said that I've been asking this question to a lot of people and I haven't got really the answer. So we sat down and did an analysis on it. So understanding human behavior is the basic thing is when you if you want to understand a human behavior generally, you have to dig deep in them, the reasons of their actions. And once you know why they do it, what they do will not be important anymore. This is a very, very deep thing. And I have written these lines after doing a very long study. Thing is that we have to understand why. It is also called maturity. So yes, it comes under maturity because sometimes we just get offended, but people do something and we get offended and we say, why did he do it? I didn't deserve that. I'm a good person. Why does he or she, behave like this with me? The thing is, you have to see why that person see. I mean, I'm not suggesting that you become a psychiatrist or a psychologist and sit there and analyze people all the time. No, I'm not saying that. So bear with me. What I am saying is that you have to have a mature approach to the people who you deal with day in and day out. I'm not talking about the people you deal in and day out with on the street because you don't know them. I'm talking about the people you deal with day in and day out. Some people are rude in your family, in your society group, or in your job or whatever. So they are rude, and it offends you, it hurts you, it offends you. Instead of being offended and hurt, what I am saying is, instead of being offended and hurt, just for a second, look at that person, look at the action he or she is doing, and think why they are doing it. Start observing people. What we do is, it is not a bad thing, but what we normally do is that we do not observe other people. We just take the words that are coming out of their lips and take it as offense. So we just have to put a hold there and observe people. If they're feeling agitated, if they're in a bad mood every day. It could mean that they're having problems at home. It could mean that their personality is like that. It could also mean that he is a mean person, just like that. So you have to really, see in which category that person falls in and treat him accordingly. People get offended when you start treating them the same way they treat you. Another quote. And that is very true. When you start treating people the way they treat you, they'll get offended. But that is the only way you can treat people. Treat people the way they treat you. You don't have to be a yes man. If the other person is being rude to you, you don't have to be rude. That's not what I'm saying. You don't have to be rude, but you can just say, I don't care. It's not going in, or it's going in and coming out from here. So you're not important, So these kind of things are very important. Many people in today's world, in today's time and age, a lot of people have PTSD. PTSD is post-traumatic stress disorder. Now, this stress could be anything. It could be, there are a lot of broken marriages. So children coming out of broken marriages have PTSD. In most of the cases, it's hidden. The person himself or herself doesn't even know that they have it, but they have it. And it is like this, that environment affects you. Your home environment affects you. Your outside environment affects you. So what I'm saying is, generally, don't start making opinion about people just because they're nasty to you, just because they're being aggressive or mean. Sit down and let it go through. No, like we say in German, how should I translate? Sleep through it. The night, sleep. I don't know how to translate it, but what we say is that lass mich einfach einmal darüber schlafen. Das heißt, let me sleep over it one night. What that really means, it's a very good saying. What it really means is that you know what, if you react at on the spot, if you react, it is your normal, it is the normal aggression, safe defensive reaction. So instead of that defensive reaction, you take your reaction and sit down for a couple of hours when you're free. You don't have to take free time. When you're free, then think about it. How did that person react? And think about, look at into his eyes, try and imagine that person, and you'll see what he or she is going through. 90% of the cases is that people are not really bad, they are going through bad experiences. You know what I mean? So all this aggression that is going around us at the moment, people are getting aggressive. People do, because people do not take time to have consideration for the other person, which is very, very important. We must consider the other person. But there's also one thing: if somebody is saying something to you when he or she is in anger or in intoxication, then listen very carefully, because people tend to say things to you when they're extremely angry, and under intoxication. What they say to you is normally what they want to say to you for a very long time, but they cannot because of whatever. So see and watch and hear. So I would suggest all people who are listening to this, develop a habit to listen. You'll have a better quality of life. Till then, Chairman Padesi, Mejid Sorok.